I know you like that. How long you been back, man? I see the girls in the club, they getting wild for me. And all the pretty chicks all wanna smile at me. These rap cats, man, they all got this style for me. And if I ever see them, man, they probably bow to me. And when this beat, welcome back, Sneaky Sensei. I'm Don Drew, and Sit Down is back in its some semi OG form.
Yeah, we're back to basics.
Back to basics.
Basics
Here we are.
is good.
Season 4.
Is it season 4? Wow.
It's season 4. Here we go.
Right. No season release party this year.
No. We needed to just bring it all back.
Right. In the essence.
Exactly.
The way it was meant to be.
There's just, we tried to stay away.
Right.
But
we definitely did.
We did. But it just pulled us back in.
And just to let people know that even though we were away, I guarantee you, I spoke to the Don Drew every day.
Sadly.
Before. So don't start the rumors out there.
Right. Well, there was definitely rumors that, we weren't cool. But
let me say, like, there's some shit that Drew does that I can't stand, and I get mad at him. It's probably vice versa, but
yeah,
I can tell you, we speak every day.
It's crazy. It really is crazy. So a lot's been going on. Too much has been going on.
And that's why we're back.
It's crazy, the change in the sneaker industry, we'll call it, because it's not a culture. It's not a community.
Please stop talking. And I tell people, stop calling it a culture.
It's not that. It's none of those things. So we're going to call it a business.
It's not family-based.
Right.
A business.
Right. But the change from the time we last signed off till the time that we come back tonight, it's night and day.
And it hasn't even been that long.
It's crazy. First of all, I don't think that the majority of people that consume the product today actually give a shit about the product.
The product doesn't matter.
I think it's about the cool factor or the hype or the stunt on the social networks. I think it's about the money more than anything else.
Right.
And I think that's what's driving everybody. It's like everybody's out here. And I guess that's where we'll start tonight. That's my biggest pet peeve. And that's what I think needs the most attention, is that the industry is loaded with people that claim culture and claim community and claim like some holier than thou bullshit. Yet they're all reaching and grabbing for their piece of the pie. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, but
I say your money.
Be forthcoming about it.
For 20 years.
Be forthcoming about it.
Exactly.
And just say, like, and I'll be the first one to say it. And Drew, you know this too. We've done stuff for money.
Yeah, we're here to get paid.
We're going to get paid. And
right?
I have nothing wrong with it.
For 20 years, I've made my life in this business.
Right.
It's put a roof over my head.
Right. But
so
we never say like we do this for the fam.
Nah.
We don't do this for
my soul, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Like, get out of here with that shit. You do it for the money. And if the money was gone,
and maybe it started because there was a passion for the product. But I can tell you, I can't count 10 people on my timeline today that the passion for the product outweighs the passion for the dollar chase.
Right.
And it's gotten to the point now where the shit is so crazy and so it spawned a whole new breed.
It's like somebody dropped water on the backs of the old sneaker fiends, sneakerheads, and now they morphed from the mogwais of hype into these gremlins that we see today.
And the crazy thing is, it's not just the new guys, because the old guys and girls that have been in it, there are no girls, we'll talk about that in a second,
right.
But the old heads are acting like it's all one. There is no different. First of all, there are no OGs.
No.
There are no more OGs. There are no more. And those that want to claim their fucking OG status, A, nobody cares. And B, there's nothing that separates you from the kid who started 2 years ago. Nothing. This shit is consumerism at its finest. And the people who are like famous are just the best consumers.
And I get in trouble all the time because I always want to know why certain people call these people legends, and he's a legend, and he's what for fucking what? Because he
bought the most shoes.
He has a basement full of Jordans that at 80% nobody else bought. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, people refer to these guys as legends. They didn't push the culture, even when there was a culture. They didn't push anything. They didn't make a change. They didn't make anything sustainable. They have a lot of sneakers and people look up to them. And I'm not. And when you say that, when you tell the truth, they call you a hater.
Yeah.
Step back, let them play themselves, because we just call it like it is. And I've called bullshit on so many people, and I've gotten blocked. I just got blocked recently because I just asked. And Drew, can I name names?
Yeah, of course. This is what we do.
Yeah, some guy I saw on the Instagram was ball washing Jumpman Bostic and said he's a legend. Carried his bags from the airport, and I said, for what? Why would you call this guy a legend? And the guy replied to me, because he watched Michael Jordan play live. He was around in that era and has a passion for his shoes, and he's a legend.
Jay, I watched a video today of a guy named Boost God signing the face of another human being, autographing someone's face.
What idiot would let another idiot sign his face?
I don't understand. So
this is a day and time, and
this is where we are. This is
it's morphing. It's not even morphing from sneakers, but have you seen the latest, rage over this Supreme Metro card? Like, dudes are paying upwards of $80 for a $5.50 Metro card.
But they're still waiting for the bus.
Right.
You get a Supreme Metro card as you stand outside in the rain at the bus stop.
Right, but it's a Supreme Metro card, and I love Supreme. And people say if Supreme is not creative, Supreme never said they were designers. Supreme is a marketing company. Supreme could put their name on bolt cutters, lunch boxes,
bricks,
kitty doll. It make cash, and they know to be outside. And there'll be this other dude that it's Bape versus Supreme, and there'll be fights. And I'm watching all these kids fight over brands they have no equity in.
Can you imagine fighting another person? Can you imagine fighting another person over like Supreme or sneakers?
Exactly. And this is this is the day, this is the time that we live in, and we have to embrace it and kind of not embrace it for ourselves, but embrace it as the reality. This is where we're at right now. People are standing in lines again, this time for clothing and apparel and overpriced hoodies and stuff like that, and Metro cards. They're backing up the MTA in New York just to get these Metro cards that Supreme put into the machines.
I think the snapshot of the dysfunction of the sneaker shit is just a microcosm of the dysfunction in culture across the world. Like, come on. Like, this is just a speck. This is just a piece. And I will say, and I have to say, and we'll move on to some other things that maybe have a little bit more substance than this, but I will say the sneaker corner of the internet are the weirdest motherfuckers.
They're social outcasts.
I'm embarrassed to be associated with it.
They're social outcasts.
It's crazy.
They're social outcasts. And this makes them cool. And they have the ability to talk about sneakers that they, I guess, in their deepest heart, aren't fresh, but they'll put them on a pedestal, like, just for brand recognition and for the hype and for the status it might bring. And everybody's robots, and it's cool because we just see it all the time. Like, nobody's been talking about Air Force Ones. Now they're releasing those off-whites, and now the V-Loans, whatever they were a couple of weeks ago, that people rushed up and now everybody's Team Air Force One. It's flip-flop. Nobody has an identity.
Can I tell you though, I think Air Force Ones are selling in stores as good or better than they've sold in years. I mean,
it's about time, but it's a
they are jump. I mean, I can't tell you how many pairs of white Air Force Ones I see flying off shelves.
But we call that in the marketing world, we call that evergreen. White on white Air Force Ones are evergreen. They stay green and they bloom no matter what season. They're always going to be a staple in fashion. They're always going to be, but people kind of hooked that left and started going off into these other brands and these other silhouettes, but they always come back to the comfort zone. It's similar to urban fashion. When the urban fashion exploded and everybody had their own line, when the shit blew up in everybody's face, people started coming back to comfort brands. They started coming back to the Polos and to the Levi's and comfort brands that are evergreen. So we're going to see that with footwear too.
So in the time we've been gone, Adidas up.
Yep.
Nike down.
Down.
Now, when I say Nike down, let's not go crazy. I don't want Twitter mentions are going to go crazy. Nike's still number one.
It's not
when Nike goes down, they go down a tick. They don't go down a level. They could just go down a little, right? So
they're not doing Nike numbers. How about that?
It's a small slip. Listen, they were arrogant, as they are. They are the most arrogant brand in the world.
They have a right to be, though.
Sure, they were arrogant, and they allowed Adidas to come up, and Adidas did.
And they wanted to see what Adidas. They said, "Don't worry about this; it'll pass."
And it will.
But it hasn't as quickly as they felt it was.
No, well, typically, and this isn't the first time Adidas has made a move historically, but typically Adidas will end up shooting themselves in the foot and do something to slow their own growth, whether it be flood the market, and get greedy or something like that, instead of being patient and trying to grow that market share over a long period of time. But Adidas is still hot, and hotter than I think I've ever seen them in 20 plus years in this industry.
From a lifestyle perspective, they own lifestyle right now.
They do. They really do.
They can't really make a wave with performance, and that's a change for them. And I'm talking about U.S. performance. They're always going to reign supreme in soccer and European performance,
sure,
but they haven't been able to find that athlete or that silhouette to make a wave, U.S. performance. But they're doing a great job in lifestyle and whatever they're throwing out on the table.
And
it's not just the Yeezy.
No, it's not.
It's all that boost, that NMD series, all that,
yes,
all the stuff that people said they're knockoff.
Prime knit.
Yeah.
All that shit. Yep. And
excellent stuff.
Yeah, and they've done a great job, and they've even carved their own little lane in the social status, where they've gotten themselves a little bit of a niche, and you got now all of a sudden these Adidas has loyalists.
Right.
They have people that they're only buying that Boost shit. That's all they wear. You see people in NMD and in Adidas more than you've ever seen it.
Well, you said there's a guy named Boost God out there. Right?
Boost God. There's a guy named Boost God. Boost God, if you're watching, we got to talk, because we do want to get you on a sit down, because anybody who's going to sign another human being's face, I need to talk to him.
And you don't have an album out. I got to talk.
Well, actually, Jay, he does have an album. He's a struggle rapper.
Stop it.
He does. he does. But that's for a different show. We have to talk to Boost God, and hopefully we'll be able to set that up. But
will he be brave enough? Will he be brave enough to come on the show?
I don't know. Perfect Pair's not brave enough to come on the show.
We're trying to get Kenny. Kenny's been.
He likes softball interviews from people who are gonna spoon feed him the questions instead of ask real questions.
Right. That's why he'll always do the Kicklahoma interviews.
Right.
You see Depot? No.
So I went out to Detroit, Jay.
I heard.
Let's talk about this. A lot of people have been wanting to hear about my trip to Detroit to StockX.
Yes. And tell them, first of all, let's go back and find out what led to that trip. Because you got to set it up for them.
Well, me and Josh are cool.
Josh is remember we had Josh on the sit down in the very early stages.
When it was campless.
When it was campless.
Before he was rich.
Right.
And he just got 6 million more.
Right. Another round of funny.
Yeah.
Now, I called Josh, in all intents and purposes, a culture vulture, which is nothing wrong. He deserves it. He was a programmer for IBM. He saw the jokes, which is in sneakers. He made up these bullshit algorithms, and he sold it for $1 million.
So,
no hate.
No, listen.
But
look, your view. We talked about this ad nauseum. Your view of a culture vulture and my view are a little bit different, right? I see Josh. Where I'm going to stick up for Josh here is I don't see Josh. He's not doing what Jumpman Bostic does, and he's talking about soul bro and community and culture. He cashed in. And he never said otherwise.
Yeah, but you know what?
He wasn't out here talking about I'm doing this for the good of the community.
No. And you don't have to do that to be a culture vulture. He is to sneakers what Lee R. Cohen is to music. Culture vulture. That's it.
Okay.
And like I say this with all sincerity and respect. I love what I do love the fact is that people found that sneaker business was, relevant enough to put millions of dollars in. And I congratulate them on making money. I want everybody to make money. But
so Jay, so here's what happened. So
set it up, Drew.
So Josh and I are talking, and in my mentions, I seen a lot of like people hitting at him for a couple of different things. Like they were getting at him because Josh hired Antonio,
right,
who runs the Fake Education page,
right, and Antonio has a past. So
and we'll touch on it. Without I don't want to really like drag the guy's name in the mud. So, but we'll touch on it.
I'm talking about the facts, Drew. Yeah, right?
Absolutely. So we, so Josh, anytime anybody's hitting him, he's jumping in and he's defending, and it's causing more attacks and more hits, and I've supported Josh, and
he's viciously defending him,
vigorously defending, and he's really not able to defend by giving the people all the information. So he comes across disingenuous, and it ends up kind of looking even worse for him. So he hits me up, and I hit him on the side, and I kind of gave him some friendly advice about, listen, I don't think this is smart. I don't think that's smart. I would do this or I would do that, just friend to friend, business person to business person. But I was curious about StockX, Jay. How could I criticize or talk shit on or support something I knew nothing about? So I sold a couple of shoes on StockX recently.
What'd you sell?
I sold a pair of Adidas NMDs.
Nice.
And a pair of Yeezy Boost.
Get out of here. You got the Yeezy Boost?
I ended up with a pair. So
not for you, I know, because your feet would destroy.
No. Listen. When I tell you, Jay, it was the fastest, easiest platform to sell on ever. I'm not kidding. It was so easy, so user-friendly.
Better than Soul Hub?
Yes. Here's this. Better than anything I've ever used, and better than eBay by a mile. Everything. So it was just completely user-friendly, completely easy. Anyway, so I flew to Detroit and I met Josh and his team.
Right.
And we talked about all this, and I saw the operation. And the biggest criticism is about Antonio and the Fake Education guy.
Right.
And the biggest question that we kept getting was, how could you have the main guy authenticating shoes who has a history of dabbling in fakes?
Correct.
So,
but they also say the best loss prevention specialists are those that used to be crooks.
Well, listen, I couldn't tell you, Jay, a fake pair from a real pair.
I could.
Okay. Well, I couldn't.
Maybe not today, because today is good. These shits today.
I couldn't tell you one. But, this guy has seen them for years. So that's the argument, right? Now, the where Josh got himself twisted was Josh kept denying the fact that Antonio dealt in fakes in the past.
And that's where he went wrong.
But Antonio never denies that.
Right.
So there was a time in the past before he was working for StockX where he was reviewing fakes, moving them. You want to say, he says he only sold fakes and advertised them as fakes versus advertising them as real. To me, it's semantics. Who cares? If you had a fake pair, if you're a guy who's doing mason work, working 12-hour days, busting your ass in the heat to make $1 to support your kid, and you got a fake pair of shoes, and you got somebody who doesn't know they're fake, and you're willing to sell it to them, you're going to do it.
Right.
And I'm not even going to knock him for it. So whether or not he sold them as fake or as real, to me, doesn't make a difference. That's just semantics. But he did. And there's no question that for a period of time, Antonio was involved in that end of the business. By the way, so were a lot of people. So were a lot of people that are doing legit things now.
But that was the humble beginnings of Matt Hatfield. He did it.
That's absolutely. And some of the most popular guys on YouTube right now who are completely legit today got their start with the fakes. So
your homeboy Rack used to review fakes.
I'm not judging anyone for it.
We're not judging. We're just saying that people have started off there and have turned around. And wait, hold up. In the same breath, I could say, I'm not saying those names to come down on those guys, but I'm saying those guys are doing positive things right now in the industry. They shouldn't be judged on their past. But Matt has owned it. And I think just like everybody else, if you own it, then it's cool.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with somebody that owns it.
Okay. So I will say that after my visit to StockX, I am completely comfortable and confident in the fact that Antonio today is not bringing in fakes, dabbling in fakes, or selling fakes, or mixing in any of the fakes. And I am completely confident that if I was a buyer, I could go through StockX and not worry about that authentication process. Now, listen.
They took you to a good steakhouse, motherfucker.
Now listen, Jay. Listen.
They got you. They got you the cream spinach and all that shit.
Pears slip through.
All the fixings.
Pears could slip through. What?
Right.
I'm saying pears could slip through.
They slipped through at Flight Club. So
exactly. They're not saying they're perfect. And I'm not saying, I'm just saying I'm comfortable. I'm confident that what he did in the past, he left in the past. He's not doing that today.
Right.
And Antonio does have a checkered past, and he had some legal problems, and he came through. And listen, he's a young guy. I was impressed with him as a person, and I think sometimes we get caught up in looking at a social media page, and we think we know a person just by looking at his page.
I agree.
And I'm telling you, I met the guy. He's a young guy. He's hungry. He's ambitious. Jay,
is he humble? Is he humble?
If he loses this job, this guy's got nothing, man.
Is he humble? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I think I saw humility. Absolutely. Look, he was a little defensive. You know me, I'm a little brash.
A little
bit. Well, I squared him up and asked him some tough questions, and we had some honest conversation. Dinner was very good, I will say.
I know.
It was really good. It was really
Josh
good.
Didn't take you
I had a glass of wine.
He took you some. He got you there with the corn dogs, and then took you to the good dinner.
Now, the corn dog, I actually got the corn dog myself.
Oh, you
from the truck. Well, right. When I took the cab from the airport and I got to the building, I was hungry. And they had this giant truck with corn dogs and all the lights. And I was, you got a fat kid and a corn dog. And it's like.
Right. And I heard you gave Josh a receipt when you got in the building.
Yeah, I mean, I gave Josh a receipt for everything. Come on. What do you think out here? I gave him all the receipts, Jay. What do I look like? Anyways. But anyways, that was my trip to StockX. If anybody has any questions, I'll answer it. You could tweet them at me or use the hashtag #TheSitDown.
Big up to I commend Josh for flying you out there.
I know there were a lot of people that had questions, and I know they wanted them answered.
Maybe Josh will come back on the show.
Maybe. I can tell you if he does, he's got the Dan Gilbert money now.
Right.
So he's not going to talk about the authentication process.
Got you.
He's not going to talk about that because, they got a gag order on his ass.
Right.
But, it's legit, man. He's got a legit operation out there.
I'm happy for him.
And the guy's making a shit ton of money. And, listen.
What is he doing for the culture?
You know what he's doing for the culture? He's cashing fucking checks. That's what he's doing.
Right.
As he should be. And he's sitting courtside at the All-Star game.
What?
I'm telling you, man.
He's doing what at the All-Star game?
Sitting courtside.
Of course he is.
Yeah, I mean, listen. They got some big things coming up. I mean, they got some big things coming up. They're partnering with some brands. I'm not going to do a fucking commercial for them. Yeah, I'm just here to tell you that my observation and my assessment of the operation legitimized it, where I was very skeptical, and I am not skeptical today. I've used it. I've sold on it, and I am a believer. I'm a believer, and it wasn't just the Pappardelle with the wild boar. That was really good, but it wasn't just the food and a glass of wine.
Food did help though, Drew. Come on.
I mean, I'm hungry, but it wasn't just that. It was a legitimate, from a business person who assesses businesses, who has run operations for 20 plus years. His operation was running well. They have a lot of opportunity. There are a lot of things they could do better. And I gave Josh my feedback on that. But
did you get a check? Yeah, motherfucker.
I did not get it. Listen, I did not get a check. I did not get a check from Josh
yet.
If a check comes, then it comes. But I'm not.
Will you tell us if the check comes?
Yeah. What do I care?
I know.
I'm not on the payroll. Everything I'm telling you today is my own God's honest observations.
Right.
And I don't feel like there's any shenanigans going on over there. I really don't. And you guys were peppering. You and Corgi were peppering me with questions.
Oh my God, I was lighting your ass up.
And I was asking him those questions and giving you guys the answers, honest answers.
But we knew, Corgi and I knew that all it took was a dinner to get you to sing this praise. A check, you'll get StockX tattooed on your stomach. So I'm watching you. I'm not getting anything tattooed on my stomach. I'm not. This stomach, I could really have a gigantic mural on this. Right. The StockX could be like.
StockX had to pay for advertising. This fucking stomach is so big.
Yo, they say Jock Slade is in the chat. Franelation's in the chat.
I can't see the chat.
Sandal Boys. I didn't get any sandals.
I got the Sandal Boys, but he, he's doing a collab. Sandal Boys is doing a collab with the Pigeon.
Oh, with Jeff Staple?
Yes.
Staple's the homie. I like Staple.
So Pigeon, Sandal Boys collab. Jay, I thought the Sandal Boy, I got to tell you, Fran, I got to tell you, man, the Sandal Boy was a little narrow.
They're not Lego foot friendly.
No, it's not. My foot is girthy. It's not. It's just a little narrow. Because I want to wear the Sandal Boys when I play golf before I put my golf shoes on. And I got to say, the Sandal Boy is screaming for help.
Well, they need to make a mold out of your foot, and I don't know if it fits you, it'll fit me.
Yes.
And then I didn't get seated because I don't know why, but I didn't get it. I don't know the quality. I was an iSlide guy. People at iSlide used to look out for me.
Right. Well, you're too busy trying to hawk every startup brand of shoe cleaner, so they're not going to siege the.
Hey, listen. There's money out there. If I don't take it, somebody else will.
I'm not mad at it.
Can't be mad at it.
How about, I don't know if I can't see the chat.
Franelation said they fixed the fit.
Oh, well, I need a 12, Fran, with the fixed fit.
I need a 13 wide. How about that?
So I can't see the chat, so I don't know what the comments are looking like over there.
Our producer is shooting up anything that's relevant. So I know Jock Slade is in there. I seen this kid. Big up to Slade, man. He's come a long way.
Who?
Jock, my man Jock. My man Jock Slade. He's in the chat.
Cousteau?
Yeah, he's come up a long way, man. I'm proud of him, man.
He's carved his lane as the best corny YouTube guy there is. But I mean that is a great compliment.
He got his lane, though.
Yes. He is.
You have to applaud that man for getting
exactly. He is the G-rated friend to all. Love everything he gets.
He's the Will Smith of the sneaker game.
Everybody
loves him.
Yeah, that's what it is. He really is. He's carved. It's such a niche. Nobody's, and some of the other guys tried to be a good guy, like Yo Panty. He tried to be the good guy that Jock is, but he's not. He's not, because he's a little turd, like a low-key turd.
Right.
But Jock is like a genuinely nice, humble, cool guy, and he's carved his lane as the G-rated good guy. He is the Walt Disney of the sneaker game.
Will Smith, like harmless, like but I think that I commend him because he it's not easy to do that these days.
No,
and he did
no,
it.
no, but he's genuine, and that's why it works for him.
And also I feel like he has an actual passion for the shit.
I do want to bust his ass on a golf course, though, Jay. I really do.
Show him what you're gonna bust his ass in. Whip him out, Drew.
But nah, I can't play in these, Jay.
No, you can't?
No. Listen, so I have my hype beast moment, right?
Right.
So I got these golf spikes, and
right.
I loved them a whole lot. I saw that I saw them, and you know me, Jay. I can't wear retro ones. I never have my whole life
because of your foot.
My foot, it's like a Lego brick.
Right.
So I saw these, and I just said, "Oh, maybe they're different." And the material is incredible. They're soft. They do feel comfortable. But I put them on. I tried them on in the house, both pairs, left and right. And I looked down and I thought to myself, man, you'll really look like some fat asshole on the golf course wearing these.
Yeah.
It's just not.
You would have to wear them with a pair of satin shorts, the jersey.
I mean, I couldn't imagine myself. And then
hold up, back up a second. Depot 717 wants to know, what is the issue with Auntie? Do you guys have a history?
He wished death on me. He wished a heart attack on me. He wished death to be a heart attack on me. He did.
Auntie did that?
Yes, he did that. Auntie went and wished death be a heart attack on me.
Oh shit.
He did. That is fact. Anyone can vouch. Anyone.
Oh my God.
Everyone's seen it.
You didn't buy the ticket to go give him the fade?
No, what do I care? I'm still here. Look at me.
Right. All right. So Depot 717, that's what happened.
Yeah, he wished death on me.
You wish death on somebody. You don't do that. Not unless you bout that life.
How are you gonna wish death on somebody? Via heart attack, very specific.
Right. Don't ever take a drink that he gives you.
No. Well, we'll never be in the same place, anyways. He's too busy tweeting about pizza. So, but anyways, I would just feel like a real douche wearing those on the golf course.
So, what are they going to be? Just ornaments in your household?
No, I don't know. I may give him a little bit of time. Wait till spring and then try him again.
Jock Slade said, "Don't get our feelings hurt on the green." Tell Jock, bring your money. That's all we care about. We don't talk. Bring your money.
Well,
Rack's in the chat.
That's your man.
That's not my man. Rack. Let me tell you something. I had a problem with Rack. It was solved. Rack apologized. I'm cool with Rack. We could be in the same. Not cool, but I'm saying we could be in the same room. I think Rack is another person that carved himself a lane, and he's riding in it. And you can't get mad at anybody that finds a lane and rides in it that can provide for him and his family. That's how I look at it. My personal feelings, nobody gives a shit about my personal feelings. But I congratulate anybody that can find a lane and provide for their family. So I'm good with Rack. Rack had a little rough start. Let's give him, Rack had a rough start, but you know what? He's doing his thing. He's not bothering nobody. He's pissed off because they were sending him Powerade in a big ass box. That was crazy.
I don't know why anyone would send him Powerade.
Maybe they thought he was thirsty.
I don't know, man.
But he fucking flipped out. He was like, "Yo, if you guys send me any more,"
but at least give him credit, Jay. At least he didn't take the package and like, "Oh, Powerade, this is the greatest thing ever. I love Powerade."
And I noticed that also. He wasn't afraid to call bullshit. And that's a major change amongst the people that you can pack it. You can put whipped cream on bullshit and they'll have an unboxing session of the greatest dessert in the world. You know what I'm saying? So big up to him for like shouting, fucking shooting down the person that sent them 3 bottles of Powerade in a fucking 12 by 12 box.
Why would they do that? It's not even like he's in the gym real hard.
I cannot confirm what.
I'm just saying. I mean, if Rack was out there like working out, going hard, you send Powerade. I get it,
right?
But you see, he's eating. He's hungry.
He's gained a couple of lbs.
Yeah, for a little guy.
For a little guy. It's okay.
Rack is much shorter in person than one would think.
That's what I know the same too. He is very short for a person that talks the way he talks.
So, Jay, I dropped this one on you today. I don't know if a lot of people saw it, but Brendan Dune from Soul Collector wrote a great article today. Did you guys see the article on Fat Joe?
Now, I was at the opening.
You were at the opening.
Yeah, I breezed through the opening.
Did you check your credit card bill?
I didn't buy anything because they didn't have my size.
Okay.
But they had one of the best restocks. They had like a Nike Town during All-Star game restock in there. They had a lot of heat.
Why did you go? Why you're calling everybody a culture vulture? Why did you go to the opening?
Because I have a personal relationship with Fat Joe.
Oh, here we go.
I do.
Really?
I have a personal relationship with him.
What's the relationship?
When I first started in the business, I used to work for this company called Willie Esco, which was like a Hispanic-based clothing company, and one of the few people that we used to deal with was Pun. Pun was one of our first spokespeople, and I knew Joe and I knew the whole Terror Squad before it imploded, and I felt like like why not go by and see what he's talking about? And I was trying to get some fragments and getting some royal ones.
Did you have to wait in line?
No, I didn't. I actually didn't have to wait in line.
You breezed through the VIP.
I didn't breeze through the VIP. I'm not going to front on anything. I had to name drop a couple of things, and then someone brought me in there. Said, "Yo, he's cool. Bring him in." So it wasn't as seamless as I would want it to be, but I didn't have to wait in line.
Anyways,
out of 13s.
Anyways, Fat Joe opens the store in the Bronx, up New York City, and him and his partner, he partners up with an 18, 19-year-old kid from Jersey,
who's obviously caked up, obviously.
And him and his partner, the partner allegedly runs a $250,000 credit card scheme out of the store, and does so after Joe allegedly folded him out of the business. So the kid fronts a bunch of money, does a bunch of work, gets the thing started. Joe folds him out, and then he hits them for all this credit card stuff, and now everybody's suing everybody.
Right.
And it's a mess. And they hit him with a RICO predicate. Did you see that?
The RICO was usually saved for drug czars.
Organized crime in the 70s and 80s.
It's racketeering.
Yeah. So, but Brendan Dune, so if you guys haven't seen it, Brendan Dune wrote a great article about it on Soul Collector. You can Google it. I was actually flipping through the court documents today. So
there's paperwork out on this.
Paperwork. And it's a real mess. And listen, this kid, what's it? Spina?
Spina. S-P-I-N-A.
Yes, Spina something on Instagram. I'll give you the exact deal here. The real Spina 14 is the kid's name on Instagram. So he is the partner with Fat Joe. Former partner. And
he claims he got pushed out of the business.
He filed a lawsuit against Joe.
Right.
And the credit card carrier filed a lawsuit against him and Joe.
Right.
So everybody's suing everybody. And this real Spina, though, has a history, apparently, of some scam work.
Damn it.
Allegedly. Has a history of some scam work. So it doesn't look good for Joe. The other allegation in the court document is they didn't pay any New York City sales tax. So they collected sales and didn't pay New York City any tax. Now, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Joe in trouble for that before?
Yeah, he went to jail for that.
Well,
he went to jail for tax evasion.
It's not good.
But to Joe's defense is he had a shady account.
What about now?
I don't know. Like that's something that we have
to get a shady partner. Now who's that on?
Yeah, we have to make sure, like, maybe I can reach out to see if Joe would call in or something and talk about it. We are. You know, who else would he?
Well,
call?
you have a personal relationship with them.
I do. Let me see if I could stretch it out and get it.
I would say that, Jay, the chances are probably slim and none
I've pulled out.
of Joe calling in or coming on this show to talk about his legal problems.
Yeah, well, he went and talked about his legal problems on the Breakfast Club.
We're not the Breakfast Club.
I beg to differ.
This is the Dessert Club. This ain't the Breakfast Club.
We're the Dessert Club. We had
This is the cannoli crew.
We had similar ratings to those guys, though. But anyway, leave that
I don't know, man. I wouldn't go that far, Jay.
We
did okay on Power, but I don't think we would. Let's call a spade a spade.
No, we came in number 4.
We did behind them though.
Yeah, we're in the building.
It wasn't similar.
Well, we can say top 5, right? Can we say that?
Yeah, we could say that.
Technically. Anyway, so I heard the lawsuit or the money involved was upwards over $380,000.
Something to that effect, yes.
That's a
big
lot
money.
of money.
And supposedly this kid laid $480,000 out of his pocket in capital
when he was told he didn't have to put anything down.
Yes, allegedly.
So I think through this lawsuit, first of all, is the store still open? Do we know that?
I don't know, but I will say the sneaker. This is just, again, the sneaker game is a cesspool, and nobody is immune. Nobody. It is a complete cesspool.
Oh, you know what happened? You know what's happening tomorrow?
What's happening?
John Geiger is launching a sneaker brand in California, LA.
I like John.
John's my man.
John's cool people.
He. You know what? I gotta give him credit. The man said he was going to do his own sneaker, and he did it.
He did it.
Hella high water.
He did it.
Big up to John Geiger. People say what they want to say. He's one of the few motherfuckers that said he was going to do it and did it.
Yeah.
Now to the validity of the sneaker and how the craftsmanship and what, we don't know. I hope I'm on the seating list. But shout out to John Geiger and good luck to him tomorrow.
What do you mean you hope you're on the seating list?
Hope I'm on the seating list. I didn't get the misplaced checks. I didn't get anything else. And
why would you get any of that stuff?
Because I felt like John and I had a connection.
John, do you hear that?
I don't know.
Jay's disappointed that you didn't see them.
But I don't complain.
You stay with your hand out, hoping if they sent you Powerade, you would be like this. You would be guzzling this shit.
Let me tell you something.
On the gram.
Let me tell you, if I really showed you what people send me that I haven't shown, my name is not Jumpman Bostic, okay? And I'm not Mayor. Mayor and Jumpman Bostic do that shit. Not I. Like, there's some things, if I stand behind it or I choose to make a financial decision to back something, then I'll do it. The check is right and if the product is decent and it works, I'll do it. I like John Geiger. I like the science behind the mystery. You
like the new shoe, Jay? You are on record saying you like the John Geiger collection 001.
No, I wouldn't say I like it, but I haven't.
So why are you asking for a pair if you don't like the shoe?
Because I really want to make a judgment on somebody I consider a cool motherfucker. I want to have the shoe in hand to see if it is what it is. If it's well put together and it's a good shoe, I will let you know.
Okay.
Simple as that. If it's not, it's not. I shit on Jordans, man. Like, Jordan won't even. I'm off their seating list because I tell the truth. Like, come on. Like, what the fuck do I have to lose?
Jay, did you see the sneaker shopping episode with Joel Santana?
Yeah. I still haven't. So it reminds me of when Bobito used to do Where'd You Get Those early on in the days. And, like, to me, going into a rich person's house to look at shoes, it's kind of and taking a rich person shopping is like
So you don't like the show?
I don't see the. I think the show is it's a great concept, but poorly executed.
Poorly executed.
What I mean executed meaning that, but the concept, like taking these rich guys shopping at 2 or 3 stores. They only go to they used to go to Flight Club, then it was Stadium Goods, and now it's Atmos. So they go.
No. He's taking them to. He took Gucci Mane to Armanier in Atlanta.
It depends on where he is, but
I think they did one in Undefeated. I think they did one in Miami.
So my thing is, like, these artists burn up the stores regardless, and most of them have sneaker connects to get to hand deliver the shoes. So it's reality TV. So I think that it's kind of. I think that taking a rich guy sneaker shopping is like, man, who pays for him? First of all, and second of all, do you really want to know what they're going to pick out on? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. You love the show.
Right, but I don't really care about what shoes he picks out. I kind of like the banter through the first 6 or 7 minutes of the show.
I give it to
with
him
and Joe.
The banter's good.
I like the banter.
I haven't watched the episode in like a year, so
But you didn't watch the Jewels one? You just said you watched it.
No, I saw the preview and I turned it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I thought that shit was bullshit. Because like, you taking Joel Santana sneaker shopping with you, fucking sugar daddy.
I thought that one was good though, Jay.
Maybe I'll watch it. You know what?
I didn't like the 21 Savage episode.
21 Savage is not Complex's demo, or what Complex is supposed to stand for. That's me. But I'll watch the Joel Santana one. Next episode, I'll come back with a educated and a non-biased recap.
An educated and non-biased recap.
Yeah. Because I don't want to say anything and then watch it and say, oh, that shit is pretty good. Because in order to hate, you got to love too.
Jay, before we got like a couple minutes left. The term hater is really, really overused.
And it's misused.
Completely misused. So if I think someone's content is trash,
you're a hater.
But a hater is somebody who's like jealous of another person.
Right.
So
I think people mix up opinionated with being a hater.
Like, I can think that your content is trash without being jealous of it.
Right. Now, I'm a firm believer, and I know you feel the same way. Like, if something is trash, we'll let you know. But if something's good, we also let you know too. I have no problem giving somebody props. I have no problem.
Josh just texted me and asked how much for the StockX tattoo on the stomach.
$500,000.
I would do it for less. I got to be honest.
Oh,
I would do it. I would do it for less.
You do it for a New York strip and some fucking Brussels sprouts.
No, not quite. No. Not quite. Not a steak. It's got to be. I mean,
Six figures. 150. You'll do it.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah.
You're good in life. You don't have to worry about nothing. Do it.
I mean, there's worse things I could tattoo on my stomach.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna actually go look into selling a couple pairs of sneakers on StockX.
Listen, I was impressed. I was surprised.
I want to go through the.
There was a guy, Jay. There was a guy who was in my mentions for like a week straight, just like, tell me about what you saw in Detroit. Tell me about what you thought. Tell me this. Tell me that.
Because I was about to send 100 pairs of Soul Supremacy.
StockX only does DS though. That's
all I'm telling you. 100 pairs of DS.
Is Soul Supremacy really putting checks out in the streets though?
I've seen someone show me their PayPal account. They do. They actually do.
Pennies on it. Soul Supremacy sells a lot of their shit on StockX.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A lot of those consignment shops, they cross-reference, they cross-list.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's smart.
I just want them. I just want it out my house. I have too many pairs of shoes.
I had to. You have to do that at some point.
Yeah. And if, I don't know, people that follow me on Instagram, I'm like starting to hoop in retro Jordans in there that I've had for 10 years sitting on ice, and they're exploding on me. So Jay,
we brought this thing back. We gotta craft a new tier of guests,
right? Because everybody loved Kicks or Die, and they love those guys.
The classic episodes of the sit down.
Those guys are classic, but there's a new breed.
There's a new breed.
New breed of idiot out there, and we want to bring them to the sit down.
Right. We want to really delve in.
Chicken Wop. What was his name? Chicken.
No, there's a guy out there named Chicken Wop.
Chicken Wop. I heard he got busted for selling fakes.
I don't know that he got busted. That's just what he does.
Yeah.
He's like he's taking over the Kicks or Die.
Yeah, we need him. He's the new Kicks or Die.
Right.
Boost God is the new. Who is Boost God the new? I don't know. He's signing people's fucking foreheads.
He signed somebody's face.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he has raps.
Yeah, and he's struggle rapper though.
Not according to him.
Yeah. Big up to J.O. Draft Pick, who did our old sit down intro. Yesterday just signed a record contract with Tommy Boy Records, and I know it may not resonate with some, but to in the world of struggle rap, like to get a contract, well done. And we gave him an opportunity, to do something for us. So big up to him, and I wish him nothing but success.
And I guess before we sign off, we gotta acknowledge Fat Kid Deals.
Oh, absolutely.
We gotta acknowledge Fat Kid Deals.
Well, the sit down is now powered by Fat Kid.
Powered by Fat Kid Deals.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're watching the sit down and you don't follow Fat Kid Deals,
you're a moron.
You're losing.
You're
losing. I bought a mini NES today. Retail price, no jokes.
Where'd you find it at?
Fat Kid Deals.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Listen, I've never bought so much shit at 3:00 in the morning. It's crazy. It's just, it's incredible.
What are you, like QVC?
Yo, it's crazy. $8 hoodie comped. It's like. So
what's the best time to go on Fat Kid Deals and buy?
Nah, just keep them on the timeline and just run through. Trust me, you'll find some shit like I don't know, pack of Oreos for like 100 packs of Oreos for like $4.
You cop food from Fat
sometimes. Yeah, you know what I cop from Fat Kid Deals?
You reached another level of gluttony.
Listen, you know what I cop heavy from Fat Kid Deals?
What?
The juice boxes to take to school.
Oh, I need those too. So let me know.
Share Sun, 96 Capri Sun for like $2.94.
I'm all on that.
I'm saying.
Chase loves juice boxes.
Cheez-Its.
That's for you. White cheddar?
Yo, Fat Kid Deals was the ones that got the Harambe Cheeto eBay going.
Nice.
They're the ones that boosted that.
So you can find them on Twitter, right?
Yeah, Fat Kid Deals. So
that's how you follow. So get on them. Sit Down's now powered by Fat Kid Deals.
Yep.
We're going to partner up, and we're going to be back. I feel like we still got so much to cover.
Yeah.
Like, where did all the sneaker vixens go?
Yes. Where did the ladies in the sneaker game go?
Big up to Sol DeVita, who's liquidating her whole collection right now.
And Damn Erica impregnated by an NBA player.
Yes. Damn Erica played her cards right. She figured the sneaker game wasn't taking her anyway, and she let someone shoot up the club instead of shooting jump shots. He shot it up, and she has a 17-year plan now. Big up to her. We're gonna need like they're all gone. Where's Kicksology?
There is all jokes aside, there's an enormous opportunity for somebody dope and female to carve out a nice lane in sneakers.
Absolutely.
There really is, because there's a gaping hole for that.
But what I'm talking about is like when we used to talk to them a couple of years ago, they said, oh, people think that we're just in it because of our boyfriends and we really have an interest. Well, where the fuck are you?
They're gone.
The ones that were leading the way, they're no longer here. They're not posting. They're not, I see a lot of liquidation. I see a lot of disappearing. I don't know. We're going to get into that. I'm going to do some research and reach out to a couple.
We got a lot of stuff we got to talk about.
But we are back.
We are back.
Nothing's off. Nothing's off the table.
No.
Names, and we're going back. You want to hear something else since the last time we signed on? You know how many guests that we had started their own podcast? Just saying. I'm just saying. We inspire greatness. That's what I want to believe. We inspire greatness.
All right. On that note, everybody, thanks for watching. The Sit Down is back.
Next week, 10 o'clock.
I'm Don Drew. Wow.
Yo, let me get that Oreo link, bro.
I know you like that.
Fat Kid.
I know you